Hello and welcome to another Uniko video with me, Bev, the owner and designer of all things Uniko. And I want to welcome you to our first product introduction of our almost Christmas in July product release. And I'm super excited about this one. As you can see, hopefully, it is another of our exclusive Ink Flip stencils. So this is Ink Flip Christmas Star. Obviously I've called it Christmas, but it can be used all year round. Now if you're familiar and have been around these parts since the original, this stencil here was introduced back in Christmas, July 2023, I believe it was. This was where the concept was born, and it was just this one layer stencil, and then I went on to develop the concept and brought out 2 layers and then patterned ones, and I've been wanting to bring the other layer that I felt was missing for a while, and obviously I've kept it for the Christmas release. So I'm going to show you how these stencils work together. If you've come via social media or a subscribe, thank you for that. You might have seen also that on the blog I have shared these couple of cards today. So this one here, apologies that it's got a bit ink splattered and whatnot over the last few weeks, because the attendees of the Uniko stamping retreats and then the Uniko and Dies to Die For stamping retreat actually got to use the new release, and that's just another bonus for coming to one of our stamping retreats. And some ink got splattered on, but here it shows how I've used the backgrounds, the original, which I've inked in honeysuckle and buttercup, and then where the stencil overlaps it creates that lovely orange colour. And then I put the star on. I used dove and mushroom, fussy cut the star out, which is fairly simple because it's nice straight edges, and then popped it up on some foam adhesive and added a Make-A-Wish sentiment from Simply Said Blocks 2. I did that mainly because I want to show that even though it's called Christmas Star, you can use it all year round. And then the second card that was also made during the workshops was this one, where I've just used the star on its own to create a fun background, and I used Fig and Oceanside and a sentiment from Everyday Sentiments. So this is super fun, and I think you can have a lot of fun with it. So I thought what I'd do first is show you how you can use them both together. So I've got a square of card. Oops, that was stuck. I'll tell you the measurements in a second. I'm just putting some temporary adhesive on just to secure it to my workspace. Let me get, I can't remember, I think it's 13 centimeters square, this panel. So just so this grid here, this solid line is 6x6, so just shy of 6x6 that you could actually mount it up and layer it to create a 6x6 card. So I'm actually going to start with the original layer, and I'm centering that in the 6x6 grid, and I'm going to secure it with the magnets that go with the magnetic board I'm using. So this is a Tailored Expressions one. It's the larger A2 size, I believe it is. So it's nice to work on. So I chose some inks. I'm going to use the pimento and pistachio for the background, and then I've got buttercup and sunflower for the star. So I'm going to just, do you know what, I've chosen them colours and then I'm thinking about it and the colours overlap, so I'm actually going to do the reverse, because with the star, as you can see, I didn't really think about it. With the star, the edges do overlap, these geometric shapes overlap, and you need two colours that when you overlap them, they create another colour. Now, I think red and green, if memory serves correctly, because my memory has been terrible at the minute, they create a bit of a muddy brown colour, so I don't really want that. I'm going to do the buttercup and the sunflower, and then I should probably get a darker shade. We'll see how it turns out. Anyway, so as you can see, my memory wasn't on my side when I was thinking about colours. But never mind, it's all a bit of an experiment sometimes. So I'm going on quite light here. My buttercup ink probably do with a bit more of a re-inking. But I'm not too worried, because as I say, my colours are going to overlap anyway. And I was saying to someone the other day, I'm usually so heavy-handed with my inking through stencils that I always end up with bright and intense, so it makes a change to have some sort of muted, subtler colours, a bit of a softer feel to this one. But yeah, so we'll just see how this turns out. Really, all I wanted to do was show you how these work together. Obviously, a lot of you are very familiar with the Ink and Flip now, because there are a lot of them in the collection. I haven't counted them to see exactly how many, because I have brought out that many now. There's always something else I think of doing, and I'm very proud of this collection and this series. So I'm almost done. Just one more, and then we have to clean the stencil, and then we have to flip it. You can use pastes through these stencils. You can use your Versamark and then take the stencil off and then heat emboss. I've done that a few times and that looks super pretty. If you do use paste, just make sure that you clean the stencil straight away so the paste doesn't stick and dry on the stencil. Because I found I do like using paste, but I find that I use them a bit and then I don't use them for a while and then they're all dried up and it's frustrating. So I tend to lean more towards heating embossing now and using the Versamark. So what I'm going to do, I've just got a damp cloth, and you just want to get the ink off. Make sure your stencil is dry before you reapply it. Ooh. I was just rubbing it on my trousers, on my jeans, because I haven't brought a cloth up. And then you just want to check how you had the stencil. And then what you're going to do is you're going to literally flip it over. So as you can see, hopefully, there's not too much of a glare, that where this goes over, it leaves, and when I've applied the ink, you can see the outline of the star. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a cough. I don't know where that's come from. It's always the same, isn't it, when we start doing a video or something. So then the next yellow I got was sunflower. And I'm just going to go, I believe I have re-inked this one. So I'm going to go over, not too heavy to start. We'll just see how these colours go together. I really wanted my star to be yellow, but we'll do that on the next one, because I do have another card idea I wanted to share with you today. I'll see how time's going when I've done this one. I might save it for release day, just to keep you hanging. Obviously I'm trying to keep, I don't know if you've noticed, I am trying to keep my videos a little bit shorter, that they don't go on for too long, because I know how precious time is for everyone. And for those with or looking after kiddos in the summer, it's the summer holidays here, time is precious, and you obviously want to be out doing things. So from what I can see is the colours, yeah, there is a bit of a difference, so we'll see what it looks like. It's not extreme, like producing an entirely different colour, but I think it'll be alright. My ink blending, or this brush, isn't my most favourite. It's giving me some lines, which is annoying me. Let's see if this one's any better. You know, just sometimes you get them horrible little, I think with it, it's a little bit rough. It might need a bit of a wash. Or it might be that I'm off with my ink blending today. So yeah, I'm kiddo free this week, well, till Thursday. And then they come back. They're currently on a canal boat trip with their grandparents. They've been super excited, looking forward to this one, because they have done it before, but they've got a bigger boat this time. They've got a wide beam, so they were looking forward to having more space. I had been getting some photo updates, but I haven't had anything today yet. They might give me a call later if they're not busy. Having too much fun. But it means that I can do stuff without feeling guilty, so like doing videos and spending time working. So we will do the reveal and see what that looks like. So yeah, it looks fine, but obviously where it overlaps in the corners and side to side, it's not a huge difference, but I'm happy with that. So you can see the star. I'm just gonna give that a little bit of a wipe and just wipe my stencil so I don't get ink all over my fingers. And it's fairly warm today. We actually had some rain here and quite a good downpour, but looking outside now, you wouldn't even think that we had any rain. So I'm going to put this back here. I'm not too worried about getting it exactly centered, because we're going to use the star section of it now, and the star literally pops inside, and you just want to try and make the gaps to the side of this section of the star as equal as you can. It's just personal preference, isn't it? I'm just faffing about trying to get it as equal as I can. And then I move it and then I'm not happy with it. And then I move it and then I'm not happy. But that's roughly okay. So I'm doing the reverse with my colours as to what I intended. But yes, like I said at the beginning, I don't think yellow and green over top of each other would look particularly nice. Never mind. So I'm just going over with the pimento. And this one is just, I'm just so happy to be finally bringing the final piece. It just took me a while to decide how I wanted to do the star and complete it. And in the end, I did decide to keep it fairly simple, not overly complicated, because some of the inside layers, the geometric shapes, are the geometric shape, but then made up of lots of little geometrics. And I had considered doing that with the star, but in the end, I decided to keep it super simple. So that is one half. And you could probably have some good fun with this stencil, sort of making pinwheels and things like that. So that's what it sort of reminds me of. So that's how we had it. And then you're literally going to flip from side to side. And then you're just lining up the center line of the elongated triangle, which makes up the points of the star. And then you go in with your second colour. It doesn't have to be another colour, but obviously the effect of flipping it, it just looks fun in another colour. But you could do it in the same colour, and then you could clean your stencil, replace it, and then ink with your Versamark, and then heat emboss with something sparkly, and that would make the same colour stand out slightly differently. Lots and lots of fun things you can do with this stencil. And some of the brand ambassadors are joining in with the inspiration, and they've come up with some superb ideas, so be sure to check out their cards and links to their social media and where they're sharing their inspiration. You can find the links on there, and I will share the link in the description for you to hop on over and have a look to see how they've used this super fun stencil. And that's the star in the center of the card, and it looks super cool like this, and you can add a sentiment and just think of the fun color combinations you can have. I'll bring in, obviously I go for a lot sort of, I like my pinks and my purples and my yellows, and that is Ink and Flip Christmas Star. So if you've never bought the Ink and Flip before, I will be offering a bundle so you can buy both together. But if you only want one, they will be still continue to sold individually as well. So thank you for joining me today. I do appreciate the follows, the subscriptions, the likes, the comments, etc. Super grateful if you tell your friends, and I will be back again tomorrow with the next product introduction, so I hope you join me for that. See you again soon. Bye for now.